it's Brock here from Rock Hill Farms. And if you saw my last video, you know I just bought a dump trailer. And so my immediate next question after buying the trailer is, can I haul my tractor to a job with this trailer? And when you say can I haul it, there's several different factors. The first obvious one is, physically, will the tractor fit in the trailer? The second thing is weight rating on the trailer. The next thing is the tow rating on the truck. And then the next thing is stability of loading. And the last thing is, can I fit attachments? How do I get the equipment I need to do the job with? Because what I think is, I can fit the tractor but no attachments. But we're gonna find all that out in this video. First, I'll talk about the parts I already know, and that is the weight of the tractor, and will it be a problem for the trailer? Will it be a problem for the truck? So the trailer is a 7x12 dump trailer. It's rated for 14,000 pounds, but that includes the 4,000 pounds that the trailer weighs. That means I can put 10,000 pounds in the trailer. Fully loaded with attachments, my tractor, I'm estimating between 5,000 and 5,500 pounds. So the trailer can handle the weight. I also talked to the salesman. He said they use this exact model of trailer to transport their skid steer all the time, and it weighs about 6,500. So if it'll do that, it'll do mine. That also tells me that the ramps will hold it. It also tells me it's going to be stable enough driving up on it. The next thing is the truck. Can the truck haul it? The truck has a rated tow capacity of 12,000 pounds. So you're looking at a 4,000 pound trailer and a 5,000 pound tractor gets you to 9,000. Now that's the rating. Then you talk about real world, what's it gonna feel like? Is it gonna stop well? Is it gonna feel swervy? Things like that. I think I've pulled that much before in my enclosed trailer when we were hauling our product we manufacture. But on a regular basis right now, I'm hauling my tractor on my flat equipment trailer. So that trailer weighs about 2,000 pounds less than this trailer. So when I haul it with that trailer, it's 7,500 pounds. When I haul it with this one, it's 9,500 pounds. So you think I'm gonna have a little more problem pulling it with this trailer than I do the other one. But I'm not sure if that's the case. And by the end of the video, I'll give my thoughts on how it pulls in comparison. But that trailer has 3,500 pound axles. This trailer has 7,000 pound axles. So you're getting, you know, more support from the trailer, plus the trailer is shorter. I think it may actually pull better, and you know, it's got 2 sets of brakes, and you should have more brake assist, which of course I have an electronic brake controller in the truck. So I think with a shorter trailer and better axles, this may actually feel better pulling it, but we'll find that out in a minute. I'd really like to be pulling this trailer loaded with a 3/4 ton truck instead of a 1/2 ton truck, but as far as 1/2 ton trucks go, I think this is just about as beefy as you can get. It's a 2019 Limited. It's got the air suspension that I can adjust the ride height from a controller in the truck, and from what I understand, those can actually, you know, handle a heavy load better. And I see very little squat whenever I load my tractor on the other trailer and ride with it. You just don't see the squat that you might be used to on a 1/2 ton truck. So I think it's going to do just fine. And the owner of the dealership that sold me the trailer said they pull theirs with an F-150. It's like a 2005 F-150 with 160,000 miles on it, and they put a skid steer in it, which is heavier than my tractor, and they pull it with a 1/2 ton. So if they can do that, I shouldn't have a problem here. But I like to be cautious when I approach something like this and pulling a heavy load and thinking through all the safety aspects. So next, let's talk about loading and unloading, and the safety concern there in my mind is the tractor tipping over when I load, or the weight on the very back of the trailer when you first load and unload being so heavy that it lifts the truck off the ground. So with my other trailer, when I pull the tractor on and all the weight is right on the back, it puts so much weight on the trailer that it lifts my back tires a couple inches off the ground. So I've been putting jack stands under the back of my trailer before I drive on so that the back can't drop and it doesn't lift the front. That works pretty well, although I've had those shift a couple of times and it's not a perfect solution. Sit. Okay. So it's not a perfect solution, but it does work. And when I bought this trailer, my plan was to put drop leg jacks on it. The dealer said, I can sell you drop leg jacks if you want them, but I don't think you need them. He suggested that I come home, drive the tractor up there one time, see if it lifts the truck, and if it does, bring it back, they'll put the jacks on. So that's what we're going to do today. And another suggestion he had is if you can park on a little bit of a hill so that your angle's not as steep, that helps. And I'll probably do that most of the time, but I'm not doing it today because when I get where I'm going, I don't know if I'll have a place with that incline that I can use. So I need to know that I can do it on flat ground. And that's only one way to find that out. The second thing he suggested is to tilt the dump bed a little bit so that it lowers the back and gives you a better angle when you go from the ramp into the bed. So I'm going to do that and put a little bit of an incline on it and get this thing loaded up. I'm going to go get the tractor now. Another thing I would definitely say is ROPS up, seatbelt on when loading, because I feel like this is going to be a safe load, but you can never be too sure on that, so take a little bit of safety precaution. Now when the question is, can I haul my tractor in this, the next thing you have to think about is what is the configuration? Because, so I have the grapple on it like I do now, and I have the bush hog on the back, or the backhoe, or the stump grinder, or the wood chipper. In any of those configurations, it's 18 to 20 foot long. 12-foot trailer, not even close. So, how do I do something meaningful? Because if I take the bucket off, and I don't have a rear attachment on there, and I can get the tractor in, what problem does that solve? Because I can't go somewhere and do work with it that way. So, the next thing you're looking at is the configuration. I know that I cannot have a front attachment and a rear attachment on. The question is, can I have one or the other? I've measured it and it looks like I can have only the bucket, because I'm ruling out any scenario where the loader's hanging over the front. Not saying there's, you know, if that's how you do it, that's fine. I'm not going to. I'm not going to hang the loader out the front. I have another trailer I can use in that scenario. I'll make 2 trips or whatever I have to do. But I think I can have the bucket only, and I could set a rear implement into the back of the truck before I leave. Then when I got there, I'd have to disconnect the trailer, move the truck, lift that implement out, then hook back up if I need to go get rock or whatever. But for today's configuration, I think the only thing that I need to have with me is a rear ballast and the grapple. And Artillion's a lifesaver in this regard, because this Artillion system is so modular. I can take every one of my Artillion attachments and put them in a space 2 foot wide by 4 foot wide. Put the entire setup into a little bitty space because it's modular. So what I'm going to do today is disassemble my grapple, put the grapple frame and all the attachments in the back of the truck. I'm going to put the forks and the stump bucket in the back and have all that with me if I need it. Then what I'm hoping for is I can put the tractor in with just my heavy hitch, the quick hitch, and then the heavy hitch with the weight bracket. And I've never really thought I needed a ballast box because I always use a rear implement. But if I'm hauling on this, I'm going to need a ballast box, or I'm going to need suitcase weights on my heavy hitch. So for today's project, I called the dealership and asked them if they have any suitcase weights. They said they do. So I'm gonna go pick up however many suitcase weights will fit on my weight bracket, and best case scenario, I can drive the tractor on without the grapple, but with the weight bracket on, and it'll fit. If not, I'll just have to take the weight bracket and the quick hitch off. But let's just see what we get. Alright, so with no front attachment and only the quick hitch and the weight bracket on, I can fit this in here. The doors are going to close. I'll have about 5 inches of space between the back of the tractor and the back doors on the trailer. So I do have a job that I have to get done today. This is going to make doing this job easier. What I have is a very large tree that I'm going to cut down. I want to load that tree up. I want to chunk it, use the tractor grapple to help me maneuver it and roll it and everything else. Chunk it into pieces around 1,000 pounds that I can lift over the side. Fill the dump trailer up with logs, bring it home, dump those logs, and go back and get the tractor. That's what the plan is. So I need the grapple, I need the tractor, and that's all I really need today. And of course the ballast on the back. So the dump trailer is going to make this easier, because I'm not sure what I would do. I guess if I didn't have the dump trailer, I could do the same thing, but I could come back with those logs strapped down to my flat trailer. But then how would I get them off? I mean, I guess I could tie them off to something, like tie a tree to the log and drive forward. I mean, I don't have any other equipment that can pull a 1,000-pound log off of a trailer. So that's how this dump trailer is going to help me today. Alright, so I mentioned I would give a little update on how this trailer and tractor hauling combo works as far as pulling in comparison to my utility trailer or my flatbed trailer that I normally haul the tractor on. So I came over to the Heritage Tractor Store and got these suitcase weights so that I can have some more ballast that doesn't take up as much room in the trailer. You know, I've already got fluid-filled tires, I've already got the wheel weights, now I've got this ballast hanging on the heavy hitch bar, and that ought to do for today's job. But as far as the trailer and the truck, I think it pulled easier. I feel it when I'm taking off the first 50 feet. Well, I don't really feel it, but the RPMs run higher. But then after that, it's not as, I don't feel it jerking side to side at all. I don't have any trouble stopping it. I've got an electronic brake controller in the truck, got brakes on both axles. I just bumped up the setting on the brake controller, and you know, I didn't have any trouble stopping on the way here. I didn't have any problem pulling it. I could barely even feel it, except my RPMs are high when I take off. So anyway, that's the update on how this pulls. So I hope this video was helpful to someone who has a compact tractor and is considering getting a dump trailer. I appreciate you taking time to watch the video. In just a second, you'll see links on the screen to a couple more of our videos, and I'll see you next time.